Hey, I'm Jordan with Jordan Plays Blue, and this is another monthly roundup. I'm a little late this month. I'm going to try to make sure I film earlier next month. I've had a lot of allergy issues, and so I didn't feel comfortable being on screen because my allergies have been affecting my eyes, and this might be too much information, whatever. So for the 5 of you watching this, I'm sorry, you can skip over this part, but my allergies have been so bad. I've been getting what my doctor calls allergy induced conjunctivitis. So I was giving myself pink eye because my allergies were so bad. I guess I wasn't giving it to myself, but like my allergies were so bad, I was getting pink eye. And so I had that for like almost the last month straight, and it's been pretty miserable. So I haven't done like TikToks or Reels or even like quickly reviews a ton because I have to be on camera. Haven't done like Dice Tower videos in a bit because, well, I haven't wanted to be on camera. And today, like the last couple days have been like some of the first days I felt comfortable not freaking people out. Like I would go to work, to the store, like anywhere and be like, are you okay? Are you? And like I was fine, but it was miserable. So anyway, so what month is this? I'm filming this in May. So we're going to talk about April. So these are some games I played in April. A bunch of these already have reviews or are going to have reviews over on Instagram. But yeah, let's get in it. This is one I think I did TikToks or something about, but this is Patterns. And takes place in the world of Mandala. And it is a pattern building game in which you have this cloth mat in front of you, just like in Mandala, and it's going to be a pseudo kind of grid. And throughout the game, you're going to be placing these tokens out there, and they're going to be different colored tokens, similar to the artwork in Mandala. And you are trying to create groupings of these out on the board, and the shared board. It's a 2-player game. You're playing head-to-head with somebody. And as you're playing it, you're going to put these other tokens out there that are kind of claiming different sections. And as you're doing that, you're going to have a scoring row, just like in Mandala. That's like the one part that's most, like the production is similar to Mandala, but it is just like Mandala in the scoring, in which as you're wanting to score different the timing is very important. So if I put green out first, every token in my green section is going to be worth 1 point. And then maybe we get to the orange, and that orange is second. Every token in my orange section is going to be worth 2 points. And as the game goes on, the points are going to be increasing as you're claiming these different sections. This is a great head-to-head, really clever game that I hope makes sense. You're just going to have to take my word for it. It's really wonderful. I don't think I like it as much as Mandala, but I think this is a very fine follow-up to it, and I think this one is also great in that kind of 2-player abstract kind of game world that is Patterns. Check it out. I like this one a lot. This is one that came in recently with a recent Kickstarter through All Play. They always release these games in like groups of 3, 4 games, something like that. And this is the little tiny one in the set. This is Switchbacks. This is the first one I think I played in the set. And again, I guess just like in Patterns, this is a tile laying game. Only it's for, I think up to 4 players can play it. 5 players, 2 to 4 players. And you're going to have the shared board. You're going to be putting these tiles out on there. And as you're playing the tiles out, you can also put these hikers. You're trying to create a path that is ascending in numbers. So like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that kind of thing. And as you're putting these hikers on them, you're going to be able to score points for the hikers, the number of hikers on a path that is big enough. And it has some feelings of like On Tour, which is another one in that series where you're trying to get that one you're getting a singular path of numbers that are ascending. This one you're trying to do like multiple numbers that are like you can do multiple groups of numbers that are ascending, and you're playing on a shared board. This one plays really quick. Was it like 15, 20 minutes? I think 15 minutes is pretty safe even with the teach. It's very quick. Production is really nice. I had the nice screen printed hikers to go along with it. It's very bright, very cheerful. And I don't know, this feels like an ideal filler kind of game. One you can play really quickly, you teach quick, play quick, and maybe play it a second time. I have this whole set of all these little games over here, and this is going to go right on top of them, sticking in the collection. Like this one a lot. Switchbacks from Allplay. All right, this next one I was really excited about. I got it for Christmas from my wife, I believe. And something I don't know if I mostly just talk about board games on this one, but my wife and I actually have chickens at our house. We have, I think we only have 3 chickens right now. We had more, but things happen. So we have 3 chickens at my house right now. I also raise chickens at work. I run this nonprofit, and we used to be affiliated with 4-H, and we just happen to have chickens as part of our youth program. So we raise chickens there. We raise chickens at home. I got a lot of chickens in my life, and so we were really excited when we found out about this game, Hens. Hens is a little card game, 1 to 4 players, maybe a half hour or so. And the artwork is fantastic. We love how this game looks. All the chickens are really cute. Some of them, they're all kind of more designer breeds, if you will. Most chickens at your house don't look quite like this, but they're really cute. So love the look of this one. We were really excited about it because there aren't a ton of games about, chickens. And it's a grid-based card game. You're collecting these chicken cards. You're going to put them out in this grid, and you're trying to get groups of chickens of the same breed next to each other. We really did not like this game. It felt as though the turns were very limited. It didn't feel as though you had a ton of agency during your turns. It's one of those games where the decisions get tighter and more restrictive as the game goes on because you have to build them in this set grid, which I don't mind that typically in games. Like Calico is one of my favorite games, and that one is always panned for the reduction of choices as the game goes on. I think it just kind of tightens it up. This one, it doesn't feel like there was really enough mental, it wasn't mentally taxing enough to really kind of warrant that. Yeah, so this one isn't sticking around the collection, unfortunately. I had high hopes for this one. Love how it looks, and the production is really solid. I love this little game box shape, and, a game that's just like a deck of cards is a lot of fun for us. But, yeah, just didn't hit it for us. Hens, that's a pass for us. Honestly, I haven't seen other reviewers give it high scores either, but oh well, hopefully, the production's great. I'm sure this company will be doing great things in the future. But unfortunately, Hens was a miss from us. All right, and this next one probably won't be a surprise that I'm talking about this one, especially since I am a big fan of big roll and write games, especially from the what are that called? The loaded roll and write line, Fleet the Dice game, Motor City, Three Sisters, French Quarter, those games where you're Gonchon Clever, where you take an action, pings over here, pings over here, pings over here, pings over here. Sonora does that also, so you have all these different sections of your sheets or your board that are all kind of, sorry about that, that are all kind of like, meeting together as you're taking these actions. And this is a new one from Inside Up Games, who produced my favorite game of last year, Earth, and this one is Draft and Write Records. I was kind enough to get that one as a review copy. I always like to comment on this one. This is a review copy. The other ones I talked about today were not review copies. I paid money for them. Actually, Patterns is owned by a friend, but they paid money for it. Anyway, so Draft and Write Records review game. This is a bigger roll and write game. You got different sections of the board. You're trying to assemble a band and then go out on tour, record some records, that kind of stuff. So you got a section of the board that is about like recording, a section of the board that is about touring, a section of the board that you're trying to pull your team together, who's in the band, who's supporting the band, producers, stage crew, that kind of stuff. You're going to have a thing that's about like going on interviews and, booking shows and things like that. So there's all these different sections on your sheet. And as you're playing the game, you're going to get a hand of cards. You're going to pick a card from the hand, pick and pass kind of Seven Wonders, Sushi Go kind of style. Take a card, you get to take the action that's on the card, and it's going to correspond with one of the sections on the board. And the icons on there are going to let you do something in those sections, and then it might, if you complete things or do different things, might ping to other parts of your sheets. We had a couple things wrong on our first play, but subsequent plays have been so smooth and awesome. It's currently in beta on Board Game Arena, so I've been playing it more on there as well, but playing it in person is also wonderful. It has a couple things that we kind of missed early on in our first couple plays. Money is super tight in this game. There's only so many dollars on your sheet, and you have to unlock certain parts of your sheet before you can actually work through them. And we felt super restricted in the amount of money because we just didn't, I don't think we necessarily prioritized collecting money in our first play or two. Now it makes a lot of sense. You want to prioritize money, especially in the early game, so that you can open up some things later on. Production is really cool. It has this nice, I don't know if you can see it on the light here, I'll try to reflect it this way, but it has like a linen finish on all the cards and the box, but it's a circular pattern like on a vinyl record. Oh, something else about it. It has these colored pencils that everybody's sharing. And as you're adding members to your band, each of them is going to have these 4 different like compass spaces on them, and those are going to connect to other ones. So if you write in, say your guitarist has 2 purples and 2 reds over here, then if you put one over here that has a red connecting here, they're going to, match up over there, and you get to ping somewhere else on your board and do some other fun stuff. I've really enjoyed Inside Out games, especially with Earth. This one is, I don't know if this one technically was released this year or last year. If it was released this year, it would definitely be up there with some of the favorite games I've played this year. Draft and Write Records is a really good one. I've enjoyed this one tremendously. Theme is great, production is great, gameplay is great. Really enjoy it. There you go. So those are 4 games. 3 really good ones that are going to be sticking around. Hens won't be sticking around. That's just how things happen. That's all right. There's plenty of other games out there. Let's go. I'm Jordan. Thanks.